Okay, so phone call taken care of. We're back for part 2 of business cards and basically why they're important and how you should really go about getting them, all that kind of good stuff. So my first part kind of concentrated a little bit on the actual business card itself. This time I think we're going to talk a little bit more about where to get them. DJ Big Dog has gone into some detail about Vistaprint and how affordable they are and how handy they are, all these kind of good things. I've used Vistaprint for a couple of things. I did a set of cards. The first cards I got from Vistaprint. Got them very inexpensively. I think they were under $40 for 500, and I think we ended up getting just the 500. Now the second batch I had done by a printer in Milwaukee who has worked with my wife quite a few times over the years and is just incredible. He does really good work. Their name is Shorewood Press, and they did a whole bunch for me on their color digital copier, and they came out just incredible. Now the difference between them and the Vista ones were probably about maybe $10 for 500, but the difference in quality was distinct. It was they were shinier, they were glossier, the colors popped a little bit better. So you know, the Vista ones are by no stretch bad, but I got better results, just $10 more, so I went with the slightly more expensive one. What I will say about Vista is that they do from time to time send us, because we've used them at least once, they do send us the occasional free offer, you know, just pay the shipping and we'll give you X number whatever. I've gotten these. So you saw the back of my business card. Back of my business card looks something kind of like that. Well, these are in postcard format. So they said, you know, do you want some postcards? So they're blank on one side, they're the other side of my business card on the other, and they were free just apart from the shipping. So they're nice and glossy, they're good stock. And what I do is, you know, I use them for this kind of thing, which is little one-off little flyers. So we run those through our color copier, which is, you know, a good quality color copier. We're able to print something on the other side and, you know, relatively cheaply manage to get some flyers. And we can change these for any event. So these are kind of handy. So Vista has done us well with that one. What I would say is you want to get at least a reasonable thickness of card. Generally, you'll hear numbers getting discussed, which is like it's all done by pound. So you'll hear like 100-pound card stock, that kind of thing, 100-pound cover stock, 80-pound card stock, that kind of thing. The bigger the number, the thicker the card is basically the way it's going to be. Now you want to have, you know, a reasonable thickness. Mine are about 100-pound card stock. In fact, they're 100-pound cover stock is what they are, and they're a decent thickness. You know, you don't want them to be too floppy. So that's obviously an important thing. Also, the file that you actually send to whoever it is that is going to be doing it. Now, if you know anything at all about graphics, graphic design, then you'll know that there are certain formats that you can send your artwork in. It's going to be either an EPS, it's going to be a PDF, or you can even sometimes, I believe, use Photoshop documents, which are like PSDs. If you don't understand what any of these terms mean, then basically give it to a professional. Have someone who knows what they're talking about do it. If you've made something in Word and you think that, well, you know, I can do something in Word or I can do something in Illustrator or Paint, trust me, you can. You can basically equate it to a DJ. Just because you have a CD and you can play music, does that make you a DJ? No. And it's the same for graphic design. If you know what you're doing, great, you can take care of a lot of it yourself. If not, give it to a professional. they'll do it best, and you'll get some great results. So, other than business cards, if you're going to have some sort of corporate image where it's the same logo and the same colours, corporate colours, time after time. I don't know if you can see, the shirt I'm wearing it's a bowling shirt, because I loves me some retro bowling shirts. And it's got my logo up in the corner here. Now this shirt, I think all in all, including the embroidery, I think was under 50 bucks. It was, you know, maybe 40 something dollars, $45. I get a lot of compliments just on the fact that I'm not playing at this, because of the fact, you know, you don't go out and get shirts made if you're just, you know, playing at it, if you're just an amateur. Likewise, I do quizzes, I do trivia quizzes, you know, and so, you know, my quiz books have all got my logo on them. As I said, he showed you those other flyers. If I had a vehicle that I wanted to get vehicle graphics on, obviously, you know, you keep it all the same. You want to basically have some sort of uniform style, colors and fonts for your corporate image. You don't want to have, in the same way that, you know, whenever people get word processing or some sort of WP package and they want to produce something, how many times have you seen them produce a flyer and it's got like 8 different fonts on it, and because they've got the fonts, so they use them. Stick to, you know, 1 or 2 different fonts and keep them the same every single time. Keep the same fonts for all of your materials that go out, and then people after a while will start to recognize your logo and your font and your personal style for your business, if it's a business you have. And I mean, just think of something like McDonald's. You know, those yellow arches, people can see them from miles around. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be like McDonald's, but it obviously works. So with that, practice and enjoy. The next one I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to focus a little bit on websites and what to do and what not to do with your website. So until next time, take care, practice and enjoy.